Okay, project at hand today is try to figure out why my toilet flange has corroded or come loose or something on my toilet. I can show you where we're at right here. That flange bolt is not attached to anything. Lift that up, turn it around, it's not holding anything down. It's corroded, but the procedure for lifting the toilet off of the flange is to come in here, pop these caps off, then you expose the nut. And then work on the other one. This screw is attached. There's only two screws, or actually they're bolts, that hold the toilet to the flange. And this one is good. Spin that nut off, take the washer, got a metal washer, plastic washer, take them off, set them to the side. That's the good side. Now the bad side. Off of that flange bolt. Came off better than I thought. Set my tools out of the way. Take the washer, look at that washer. Now it's corroded, the other one was chrome. Something going on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lift the tank and the toilet with the tank attached. There we go. Toilet's off the mount on a rag. Going in here. Show you what's going on. This bolt has corroded and now it's nothing holding it in place. See, this bolt over here's got a nut holding it in place. This does too, but the metal flange has corroded, deteriorated, and will not hold that. Now, metal flange off of there and get a replacement. For some reason, that flange had to have been leaking. This is a wax ring. That's what seals the toilet to the flange. And apparently there was probably some leakage going on there. So I'm going to pause here. Wax ring is off, and always plug your sewer pipe when you're working with sewer. That would allow gases to come up the pipe into the house, and we don't want to do that. That's nasty. But I'm going to clean things up here a little bit. Get that junk out of there. I'm about to dig the old crusty metal flange out. Look at how that's coming out. Oh, by the way, I got some rubber gloves to help protect me. Although if I get anything on me, there's a sink right next to me. I can just get that, clean up. Dig this out of there. Looks like it's coming out pretty good. The light's probably overkill. I went from very little light to too much light. When you're messing around and figuring out, you don't have a lot of choices. I can't pry on that plastic. That's plastic there. This is a metal flange that attaches the toilet to the plastic flange. So I gotta be a little careful there. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna turn the camera off, take this out. I'll be back with you. What do they say? Well, there's your problem. Yeah, that's a problem, but what caused the problem? That metal flange just fell apart. Got to go hardware store to get a new one. So, be back with you in a little. Well, back from Ace with my repair parts. Got my replacement flange repair, and I got my new wax ring. Let's start putting it back together. Okay, got the new stainless steel flange in place. Got a rag down in the hole, and I got to make sure I don't forget that when I set the toilet on it. Here's the wax ring we'll be installing. There's a cone in there, plastic cone surrounded by wax. This plastic cover comes off. Where my hand is goes against the toilet. The cone points down towards the sewage, and then push it on and you got a wax ring seal. Clean as much of the old wax ring off as you can. Sometimes there's a little bit of residue, don't worry about it. And reset the toilet, put the tank on. When you set the toilet, rock it back and forth. Put your hands on the sides of the bowl. Rock it back and forth to get that wax ring to spread out. I guess that's the way to say it. And then rest you got to do is put the bolts on, hook the water up, and test it. Put the nuts on the bolts, nuts and washers on the bolts, snug them down a little bit, come back in a few minutes, snug them down a little more, and do not over tighten them. You don't want to break your toilet. Another tip, don't ever caulk around your toilet. If your toilet's leaking, you want to know it. You don't want it to get under your floor. Makes a whole big mess, as I can attest. There you go. Replaced a rusted out metal toilet flange. About a 2-hour job. If you're an amateur like me. All depends on how far you got to go to get parts, but that's about what it took me. Not too bad, just got to just focus and stay with it. If you liked my video, like and subscribe.